Good evening, good evening. Sound check. Mulishani mwebantu. Mwaikala shani. Beatrice, I see you. Beatrice Nkole Sunday, I see you. Kennedy Luzuhile Kirunava, Mutozchwangi. Natasha, I see you. Welcome, guys. Mwaiseni. Mwaisen mkwai mwaiseni. Happy Thursday. Twale Tambabola, my love. Morocco lost. Yes, guys. Welcome, welcome. Mwaikala shani. Tuposhanye. Greetings in your time zone. Welcoming new people. Welcoming all of you new people to my page, to our family. Welcome all the new people and also the loyal followers. Welcome, guys. Rebecca, I see you. Natasha, Monica, Boa. It's good to learn the languages. We are one Zambia, one nation, one tribe. Patrick, I see you from Kabwe. Zambia Disciplinary Committee. Thank you for your comments. Yes. Eminado, Mama, I love you too, my children. I love you, Zambia. Zambia, 53% of Zambians, they are under 17 years of age. So, bonse mulibana mwebengi mulibana. I love you, Zambia, my people. Mwila Shula, I see you, my son. Our future leaders. Our future leaders are in the view today. Bali Munchen, they are my future leaders. Elijah Chisanga, I see you. Chinsali in the view. Mutafunya. Nanguza, I don't know, I can't say your last name. Morris, nishangweli tumezi, amuyeze share. To remove if you have the load shedding na yamba. So takuli fya kuchita. Just charge your phones early in the day and come live and chat with me here. We can teach each other, we can learn from each other, we can share information. Yes, send your location, guys. I'm always happy to see your location. Then I know you are following, you are engaged. Share, guys. Bola takuli bola lelo. So abantu bafuire baisa. Let's wait until we reach now 50. So I see 31 people. Paul Black, how are you, my son? Good to see you. Kabonde na konde. Oh my God. Chinsali Muchinga province. Great. South Africa in the house. Welcome, guys. Welcome. Isen mkwai isen tule milolela nimwetulelo lela. Chitani share. If you appreciate, if you have listened to any of my videos and appreciate what I say or appreciate what we say on this platform, we are just asking you to be sharing our videos so that people can be aware. People can be aware what is happening. We want to get people on the same page. We want to fight for better human rights for every Zambian, not every Zambian, African at this point. Africa, we have similar problems. Africa, our problems are similar. So share to any African person this video because we are going to learn from each other. We are going to teach each other and educate. They say that sharing is caring, guys. Sharing is caring. So, guys, if you really appreciate what we are doing on this page, we just ask you to share this live. When you are watching, share it. That's the only thing we ask. And then sometimes you are busy. You could be doing something. You are not able to come in and watch live. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post all these videos on my YouTube channel. Queen Pumi Show is on YouTube. So if you miss any of our shows, go to YouTube, you can watch it. You can also watch it on Facebook, but it is hard to find. And then there are people who are not on Facebook. Some people, they hate Facebook. So those people who hate Facebook, you can ask them to watch our videos on YouTube. So I'll introduce myself quickly. We are up to 50, so we can get started. I want to finish in 1 hour, 30 minutes. Yes. Let's try to limit our time. Let's try to limit our time. So I want to finish in 1 hour, 30 minutes. So welcome, guys. If you're just joining me, my name is Queen Pumi, and this is a Pumi show. I'm a certified human rights consultant with the United States Institute of Diplomacy, based here in Washington, D.C. The main purpose of this page is a human rights page, and I am also founder and CEO of Nangoma Foundation Zambia and Global Human Rights Alliance, which are sister companies registered in Zambia and United States, California, respectively. So that being said, I myself, I am fully legal, I'm fully legit. I'm CEO and founder of these two human rights organizations. And I have over 100 human rights activists trained and certified right there in Zambia, in all the provinces of Zambia. And also we have some human rights activists affiliated to Global Human Rights and Nangoma. We have those advocates here in the USA as well as in Europe. Hey, Dubai, I see you, Dubai. Zen Kaplika, thank you for your support. We really appreciate it. Yes, Mamachka Monica is she traveled on a family business. So I think she'll join us next week. She said her location where she is, the signal is a problem. So I think she'll be back home next week and then she'll join us. But I'm waiting for Mama and Nick to join us. So let's get started, guys. So this is a public platform. You are free to join us. You are free to join us, guys. But when you come on, take 5 minutes. Take 5 minutes to present your case so we can leave room for other people to join. Now, today's topic is hi, Nick. Welcome.
Thank you. Good evening. Good morning.
Good morning here. Yes. Greetings in your time zone, people.
Thank you.
I have already greeted our guests. You can go ahead and greet them as well.
Good evening, viewers. Always a pleasure to be here. Nice to see you all following this program where we try and offer reasonable checks and balances. And we hope you enjoy our show and you keep following us. And we hope you enjoy the topics. And sometimes feel free to engage Queen Mpumi if there's a topic that you would like us to discuss. Thank you very much, Queen Mpumi.
Yes. So thank you, guys. We are here. So our topics today is load shedding. Officially, the load shedding has kicked off. And it's perfect timing right after the soccer, right? So the load shedding has kicked off right after the soccer. So we have the load shedding, which has started off, and we are taking this load shedding with what? What do they say? It's a bitter pill to swallow. Like load shedding, guys, is a bitter pill to swallow, especially when we look at the PF Now, I'm not a technical person, but I have been reliably informed that PF invested a lot of money into 5 or 6 power stations throughout the country to end the load shedding. So follow me here. So PF did everything they can. They have invested a lot of money. They pumped a lot of money in improving the power plants so that we end this load shedding. That's one. Two, when Bali was campaigning, he campaigned on the promise of to say when he comes in power, load shedding will end. That is what Bali said. So number one, PF, they invested a lot of money to upgrade all our power plants in the country. There are like 4 or 5. Number two, Bali promised us to say there will be no more load shedding. And then in number 3, we have started load shedding today. And number 4, this is a whistleblower. So I have received correspondence from employees from Zesco who are complaining that this load shedding is an artificial load shedding because instead of putting Zambians first, the management at Zesco are exporting power at the expense of Zambians. Area shiryo mwebantwiryo. Ukweba Zesco, UPND took over power from PF when the PF already set the stage to end load shedding. So UPND comes in power, they make these deals and sell power to other countries. So for me, I have a bond to chew with them. I have a bond to chew with them, and I'll say this and then leave the floor for you guys to come in and comment. So on the first thing, I say the PF, if PF did everything they can to improve the power plants, why are we exporting power? These countries who are buying power, they are not buying power for themselves. They are buying power for their people. You see what I mean? South Africa, Zimbabwe, Tanzania, Namibia. If the president of Namibia or the politicians, they don't need power. They have generators, they have solar power, but they have come to Zambia to buy power for their people. So me, my question is, if our Zambian leaders, instead of providing power to our people, they are selling power to other citizens of other countries. Because there's no way they can start exporting power at the expense of Zambians. Meanwhile, they are providing power to South Africans, to Namibians, to Tanzanians, to Zimbabweans. What is that? What is that? So that's point number one. Point number two, we have heard to say the director at Zesco is operating a plantation. He's treating people like they are in a slave. He is the working people at Zesco are working like they are slave in a plantation. That is what is going on. I won't go into detail. I pasted that document. It's on my page. Go and read it. Where people from Zesco are complaining to say this man, he created 18 positions for directors with hefty pay, and all the people who are hired, they are from one region or one tribe. So my point here is, if UPND came on a promise of change, why are they doing the same things PF was doing? They are importing people, they are hiring people from a particular region. This director is hiring people, creating people, and putting people on a payroll who should not be paid from Zesco. I'm not going to repeat what is said, but everything is posted on my page. So I think there's a radio on. I don't know. Is it you, my son, or Anik? There's a radio on.
Oh,
can you turn it off?
Yeah, that was me. That was my son. Sorry.
Yes.
Come in. My Kalashani was quiet.
Quiet. My son.
This is Alex. I'm calling from USA, Massachusetts.
Oh, hi. I'm in Massachusetts. Munchende.
Yeah, I just have some little concerns. one or two things. Because the Haranda Pali would take over UPND. Mamma, Kusa kwa UPND, why they be want to focus a ginger. Mamma, and the Avantu vote and Pande Febale umfwa. Mamma. Nefibale konde mwa PF Fabale Fianya, what if she? But number by some power, why you are at a movie if you are PF Fabale Conde? Because if we go back, what is that loadshedding ikapwa? One fertilizer tukawesha, ubunga tukawesha, fuel tukawesha. Now, what has happened? What has changed? We want to know. Is it the people nominated or ministers? Nangu, is he himself failing to do the work or to fulfill the promises he promised the Zambian people? Because as we are in diaspora, at least we are doing fine, but we have relatives who are there who are suffering. We can't even sleep every time they are sending messages. If you not show Mamon. No, I'm politics, yes, I'm politics, yes, I'm Zambia. In Africa, and I'm Mozambique, so if you are going to make a teaching ship, but not under Munganda Moes. Are we trying to take Zambia to a next level? Muli Shira Pantu Tuka Kiamala, Nangule Kura Batufile Olivia. Shatara Monapon Mubana to Kura na Malamukaki. No. Ngamule ushicharengere ba PK bembe oruimbo lya pavunga ni chibunga umuntu tete abombe kwa burokuri number change tishupire if bale tura finish chiachinja lero what has happened ever to ishibe and naranda kuri ba support ba UPND ala kweba ati ku support chiri chonse even if something is going on but you're backing a person. Someone about driver when you're driving, bus driver. Now saying that I want to 60 or in a Macopolo. Now saying that I want to 60. Then someone pamusebo go train jinga. Also obstruct. Why is Sunisho Punka Pomo was ever and over 60? What I'm trying to put across is why Mingara favor, why Mingara support Romuntu Urefio deliver for Iranda. But Zambia bonse amuvotere mule support afye panne ba UPND yo ba cheche wali fye win ba cheche win fiche bali win bala mumushi bala ndati mushi kuwanzo insofunga yapo mumushi yasi nshibapa yansofu so tula support obuteko lero bulero fyanya pantu ule support efyo yoli ndule lyamu ngabambi abatabale lyamu uyo mule support ni ali kwataka lama milioni aba ale urupola kutera uchura abana bakota bachura number one just supporting blind when things are not going nowhere well imusamo chalo cheso so please atuleke sheko muri yonshira olofya kushama light tule support aba mi family yobe your family yobe ile chura why let's export am light why if it wala chura tulale mumpimpi the things about condemn during PF time. They promise that they'll fix everything. Now, they remember more position. That's why it's 14 tarakwana number 14 hours tarakwana. Nangola bali fika creator. So these are the questions we want to find out. What's going on? They have to tell Zambian people if they have failed, they have failed. Just let them come open. So that's from we want. Depending on chance. Not to kura kosa vya mukanonele tapadi falechita. Ama ministers, they are on job on training. Nama pakutu wake say ishiwa fichitika move take on this. It's not for 5 years. Ama politics, when you PF mwa deba le bomba wino, why can't you keep those people babombe pamona banyu so that you have a funding chito? We all want to see a better Zambia. If politics aside, guys, let's face the fact. Kaito avotere. Mweba UPND mweba delanda fecha kulandelanda fiati yo fili. Mwefinta fili buino. Things are not well. So emachi finance kwate mpumi kuna tesa sana mami.
Nate mwana wandi because Mr. Pella, you are the future of Zambia. Ivo tuli mukufa tuli mukuya. That's why today we show kwebati. Ipo feba kulunga tatulelanda. Ninti tuashtishe chalo.
Chachini.
We the people, because our statistics are that 70% of Zambians, they are under 25 years old. So no, imagine. So out of 20 million, 70% Nishinga over 20 million. It's like 15 million. 15 million Zambians, they are under 25 years of age. Mwebantu. In a way, I look at these numbers, because these are all young people, they need direction. They need leaders who can care for them. And the Chimonaba, like I have children. Now, I my own 3 biological children. And when those kids were under 21 years of age, it was my priority. I have to set them up. I have to do whatever it takes to ensure they have education, they have a future. And I have done that. That's why you see me coming online, because my children are set. I have done everything possibly a mother can do. So now, if you are a leader, a leader of any country, your priority is your people. No. You are the mother and the father of the nation. Now, Zambia's situation is even more delicate because 15 million, no. To add on that, 53%, they are under 17. They are children. Umuntu under 17 years of age, we have said how many, almost 9-point-something million of Zambians are under 17 years of age. So you see why this whole thing is complicated.
Mama kumiketa pakanwa. Ife chitika wanu na crime yala pamuru. Mama charabipa. Wante ema tabakwete ndalama. Crime yala pamuru, funa prostitution yala pamuru. And no brother wala pamuru. Mama, so it's thing if chika mlandu wako ati finta fidi win. So don't just look at one problem. So you have to also look what this problem is going to bring out. Mamona. Tabale bomba ba esi mole mfama abduction ile sitikanishi. Tabakwete fya kuchi.
Yes, my son, the older generation, the Abantu Zambia, they are less than 20% or 30%. These are the people who should be talking, but they are all quiet, you know. They are quiet. They have become praise singers. No, but now it's not about them. Our time has passed. It's about those 70, 18, 15 million Zambians, the young people. What kind of country are we creating for them? Mama, you can go ahead.
Thank you, Queen Impumi. I think before I even tackle the issue of load shedding, please, I would like somebody to come on this program and answer me why this government has decided to give tax holidays to the West in the mining sector. Please, I am yearning for that answer. I want to know what was the deal to give tax holidays to the West, you know. So maybe our next program, if somebody can come with that answer to satisfy us, because we don't know why the president gave tax holidays. Now, talking about load shedding, I think this is the second or third time we are coming on with load shedding. I said it even the last time. Fuel has been increased. The cost of living has gone up. Again, mealie meal has gone up. The price today is horrendous. Some areas are selling mealie meal.
Okay. Let me answer somebody. There is a Franchine who's telling me to get over myself. She's like, get over yourself, madam. You never get a job in government. Franchine, I am a government retiree. I'm a former civil servant. I have a TS number. I have worked in government. And I do not want a government job. Get it in your mind. Me, I am speaking for the 9 million Zambians who are 17 years of age, who are being impoverished right now because the president gave a tax break to minors instead of buying medicines in the hospital, because our government now is load shedding for our poor Zambians. And you have the nerve to tell me you never get a job. My job is self-appointed. I have given myself this job to speak for Zambians, the marginalized, the impoverished, and all the children. I am the mother and the father. So deal with it and get off my page. Mama Matipa, you can continue.
Thank you. Uyowine Frank, I wish Mama Chika Monica was here. She would have told him at Frank, Kalale, Ngana Wikuta.
Mwana
Kalale.
She's a woman.
Oh,
she's Fran.
Oh, Fran.
Yeah.
Fran, Vamayowa Fran, Kalale ni Ngana Wikuta. You know, if you are leading a very good life, then continue leading that good life. Why are you here? We are speaking for the marginalized. We are speaking for those who are going through sufferings in this country. Elohim Neva Diaspora who are attacking Queen Mpumi. Let me just tell you, really shame on you. I really want to say shame on you. Queen Mpumi, there she is. She's in the diaspora. But at least she's got a heart of her relatives that she has left here in Zambia. Some of you are fortunate to get jobs in the diaspora of maids, of truck drivers, of packers with good salaries. In Zambia, you cannot get a job of a maid and get the salaries that you are getting.
Yeah, Nick, let me correct you. You know the people who attack me? It's not the people who do survival jobs. It's these educated people. Those are the people who attack me. As Mamachka Monica would say it.
Okay, so why are they mocking the Zambians? What are they doing in that diaspora instead of coming back
who are actually attacking me are the people who are educated. They went overseas with government bursaries. Maybe their families were employed in the government. Ordinary people like me who are sweeping or cleaning or doing whatever, who fought to come to United States or wherever, Europe, to change our lives, they do not complain. Those are the people supporting me.
Yeah.
But we know I'm a doctor, I'm engineers. There's a few people, don't get me wrong. There are a few people who are doing really well, highly educated. They are inboxing me to say, great job, keep it up. But some people, they are mocking me. Preaching patience. No kulalanda chiwe Queen Mpumi kabiye ku Zambia. You don't even know what's happening to Zambia. You have not been in Zambia for 20 years. So what?
Okay, Queen Mpumi, my question begs an answer to say then why did they leave the country? For better opportunities, not so.
Greener pastures.
For greener pastures. So why don't they come here and serve their citizens? They are comfortable there. Do they even know what load shedding is? Do they know? They don't. But we sit here in Africa and we stomach the sufferings in Zambia. I can also get up and go to America whenever I want to, or go to the UK whenever I want to. I have the capabilities to do so. But stop just praising in the name of praise singers because you are aligned to the government that is there, you know. Takwa who you don't criticize in life. Eko yaba. And you know, in Zambia, this load shedding is going to bring a lot of suffering in this country. We have small businesses in Zambia. Vanamayo, Valikwato salon, they call them salons, and emobadi ama welders, abakwatoko tuma shops, amasavi, you know, they will feel the pinch. Already, the cost of petrol has gone up, which is worldwide. I understand. And don't for once think I do not know about the metrics that are going on in the country, in the world. But then again, I would like to say, you know, sometimes that's why in life there is a time to speak, a time to listen, a time to keep quiet and reflect. Our president is on record. He came on social media, he came on television and said, within a year in government, we have brought load shedding to an end. And let me just rephrase, let me just say it the way he did. He said, look at the, we just looked at a few parameters. It's called evacuation. These measures will bring value to the country. That's what he said. Have they brought value to the country? What parameters did you look at? I saw a comment from a Zambian living in South Africa. I saw a comment this evening on Facebook, and he said, why are you Zambians complaining? Here in South Africa, we have had load shedding for years. And I said to him, we are complaining because we do have enough electricity. Yes. But our government has chosen to give you, South Africans, electricity. And that's why we are complaining. The Zesco MD is on record. When PF left power, they left 1,700 megawatts of power, right? And they added on another 2,300 megawatts of power. You understand? And so I heard the board director of Zesco boasting, you know, that Kafue Gorge station has been repaired. We have acquired new generators now. He was boasting. Even the president himself was boasting that load shedding is now a thing of the past, you know. So if it's a thing of the past, why have they now brought it back? Let's talk about the increase in connection fees. These connection fees have gone up by 500%. Hear me properly, 500%. Now, who does that? Honestly, Mwebantu, who does that? And people who are watching, please go to Google and type a word narcissist and read the traits of a narcissist. People are suffering in Zambia, you know. And you see, I watched a program today of Honorable Given Katuta. I think she's the MP in Chiengi. Just this evening, she's appealing to us to listen to what goes on in Parliament, you know. And she said when there was an issue on the floor, and she engaged the UPND minister privately, and they agreed that, fine, this is how they will allow them to use CDF. But then when they got back into Parliament, they changed against her. This is a fact. And she was beyond shock. She picked up a handbag and left. And as she was walking out, the UPND MPs started calling her Lenshina. I don't know if you all remember that name, Lenshina. And she felt abused, and she turned around and said, Vasatana imwe. Lo and behold, whoever was controlling the floor of the house told her to apologize. She was made to apologize. But those people who called her Lenshina went scot-free, you know. They went scot-free. So the problem of load shedding, we, the ones who are living in here, we are feeling it. And the people who care about their relatives in here, they are also feeling it because they are tired of helping their relatives. Kanshi ni mailo, umwana na alwala, tumeni kwendala matushi tomuti. Kanshi ni mailo, umwana takwetensa puto ya kufuala kuskulu. You know, for how long are they going to trouble you people who are in the diaspora? You also have your own budget. And you know, the problem with the people Kunokumushi, they think if people go into their diaspora, money just falls from the trees like mangoes. No, it is not the case. They have to work hard to earn that money, you know. And so you praise singers in the diaspora who are praising, come back to Zambia and give back to your country. It is, I am shocked that a person, I never knew that Elias Munsha was so desperate for a job. I followed Elias Munsha when he was talking. You know, he said he was a lawyer in a comfortable home and he was earning a good salary. He went on and ranted and ranted. But the minute there was a change of government, boom, Elias Munsha was appointed. Off he's gone to Australia. So he was also just a kawaya-waya.
That's why you know why? If I was offered a job today, I would refuse it. You know why? Because I can't work with those people. I don't believe in their values. From what I've seen so far, it will be an uphill battle. I can't fit in. I can't fit in the team. I'll be like, thank you, but no thank you.
And you see, you are busy praise singing while your own president is comfortable with his family. Malaria. Maybe even 6 meals a day. But you cannot even have 1 meal a day. Huh? But busy praising somebody who is so comfortable with his family. Let me go back to Honorable Katuta. You know, right now, there's CDF that is being given to every constituency. And that CDF has to be used in stages. CDF, if you have building projects, you use a portion. If it's community projects, you use it, and you know, sometimes grants. How can a fellow minister, a minister in the UPND, tell her today, she talked about building a road and she was told, you have CDF. Why don't you use money, CDF money, to build that road? I mean, shame on that minister. Shame on him. Huh? So now you are here to abuse us, the Zambians, because we voted, Zambians voted for her in Chiengi, and you are abusing them. This is really the reason why PF went. We told PF, Abantu balechula, do something. Somebody today told me, no, all these things that people are saying where president is not aware. Really? Wofi badepa. He's very much aware. They have cabinet meetings. He's very much aware of what is happening.
Of the President, Secret Service, they are all there. Yeah. He gets a daily debrief of a situation, locally and internationally. He's aware. Welcome, my brother, Don Oscar. Welcome. Good to see you.
Thank you very much. Good evening, my sisters. Good evening, and thank you very much for your program. And you are contributing, I think, for the betterness of our country in giving. It's like an opposition. Indeed. If I wanted to talk.
That's the problem. My brother Mother, that's the problem, because in Zambian politics, we are not used for people to demand accountability. So even when we are demanding for accountability, demanding for campaign promises to be delivered, we are seen as opposition. We are not opposition. We are for the people. Like I said, Zambia population 9-point-something million, they are under 17 years of age. Well, no. So if you and I don't speak for those 53% Zambians, huh?
Queen Mpumi, can I just read a message here from Wadia Chisapa speech? I hope I'm pronouncing her last name correctly. She said, talk of crime. A male and a female from the same family were shot dead yesterday in SOS in Lusaka at night right by their gate. And now you ask yourself, why? Crime is on the rise. Why is crime on the rise in Zambia? Because abantu balechula. Abantu balechula. Tabakwete ndala makanshi ngabamona fyumbo. No, but we are going to be like South Africa. In South Africa, when they monitor you, when you go to shopping malls, when you are buying things and everything, they follow you. They follow you, and if you're unlucky, they end up killing you. Because for them, they know that for you to be shopping, then you must have a lot of money. And so all these
was killed. Did you see last week a Zambian businessman was killed there? In South Africa, is a businessman. Taxi, in a taxi.
Well, yeah, the story I have about that Zambian, he was sent money by someone to buy a spare part in South Africa. That's the story I hear. But instead, he went to a club of some sort and started showing off the money. You know, things that the PF used to do. So, of course, when you start, flagging a lot of money like that,
you don't play those games. You don't.
They followed him. Queen Mpumi shot him. He was coming out of the club. They shot him. He ran into the club, back into the club. They followed him in the club and they aimed a gun at him in full view of people and shot him again. Why? Don't torment people. There are people suffering, and you want to go and start and you want to start going to flash money like that. People are hungry. You are annoying the people, you know. So we must be mindful of the things we do, even if you've got millions in your bank, you know. You cannot make a mockery of the people that are suffering.
You know what you're saying? It's reminding me of some people in diaspora here. They flash their lives on the internet. Mamona. They are there on the internet flashing, and they are there preaching to say Zambians be patient. HH is fixing stuff. You are a hypocrite. Zambians cannot be living on less than $2 a day. The least you can do is to just stay off social media, lie low, don't comment, enjoy your life. You can't be a public figure and flashing your lavish lifestyle on social media, and then you want to become a political figure in Zambia, where 70% of the people are living in poverty, and you are preaching patience. But you all lifestyle, your is a high life.
Queen Mpumi, Fran Chine has said to you, PF, he's calling us PF. You left an economy.
Big person. Me, I'm not even a PF.
Yeah, you left an economy on life support, close to death. He's for him, he has said life support. So he equally needs to improve on his spellings, On life support, it was vibrant with Mwanawasa, RB, and now HH is here to fix your rot. Pain and sacrifice must be felt. Get over yourself, madam. you never get a government job. Shame on
Yes,
you.
and you know what? Let me answer this
Can
guy.
I defend you? Can I defend you?
No, let me just say one thing. I will never get a government job because I don't want to work with this government. Even if they appointed me today, I will not. And I agree with you. HH has fixed us because the first fix it did is to give the miners tax credit. So everything is doing is to fix us. And we Zambians to Lifipuva. Thank you. You can go ahead, my brother.
Right, good evening, everyone. Good evening, my friends, those friends who are watching this beautiful program from Zambia and also from the diaspora. Thank you very much for the effort that you are doing also to helping this government to make checks and balances. I think probably we are reaching at this extent because we are having problems with the opposition parties in Zambia. I think so. That's my opinion. Because if we had very strong opposition parties, especially if we had PF with less problems than they have now, the Patriotic Front were going to do the very beautiful job of checks and balances. But
Yes.
I think the PF have some problems. They have tangible problems with themselves, and hence PF can leave this government to go on with load shedding when PF lost because they said you did not know how to govern the country. Gentlemen, right, let me just say this. Allow me to say this about the load shedding thing. You know, I'm in Italy. We have just changed the government in Italy now. 2 months ago, we changed the government because the former government, brothers and sisters, they lied to the people, the Italian people. The former government lied on them on the minimum wage. And the opposition party on two aspects. They lied on the minimum wage of any Italian without a job, not the so-called kumpumi, not the so-called youth empowerment, which is typical Zambian. Youth empowerment, where they empower only 15 youth, and they call it youth empowerment. That is, you know, I can borrow President Hakainde Hichilema's word. Wherever there is, he said, wherever there is peace, no peace. I think peace nowhere is peace everywhere. Peace, something like that. He said something like that. So, which means where a youth is unemployed, it means all the youths, they are employed. When you empower one youth, our government should empower all the other youth. That's what I wanted to mention. If they empower some youth with tankers and buses, Eiger buses, and some with the tankers, a responsible government should empower all the other youth who are not employed. That is called unemployment, a youth empowerment. Now, on telling lies, because here I cannot feel ashamed to tell the UPND this point. I think here the UPND, you have made a very, very big mistake, very serious mistake, which according to me, and I disagree with that gentleman who was writing on this social network that we are PF. When we go against some of the wrongs that the UPND are doing, we are not PF. My brother, if you remember, I myself, Queen Pumi was there. Probably you yourself, you were not there. We were there when we said that President Edgar Chagwa Lungu was not ruling the country very well. We came publicly on the platform and we said, no, President Edgar Chagwa Lungu was not ruling very well this country. And this is the point now. And Hakainde Hichilema, the now current president, said, we have a solution. There is Carterism, we have a solution. Unemployment, we have a solution. Load shedding, we have a solution. Forest 27, we have a solution. And then which else? Mining crisis. Mining crisis, we have a solution. Okay, and I have a list of the promises of our president, and he told me, start ticking. Tick. Take a pen and start ticking. I started ticking. Colorism, I ticked, yes. Employment, yes, I ticked. And then what else? Well, I don't know. The other things I forget, but colorism, yes, I ticked yes. Employment, I ticked yes. Now, load shedding, I did tick yes. Get this point now, brothers and sisters, our friends in Zambia and our friends in the diaspora. On load shedding, on my paper, I have ticked it. So can the UPND help me? What do I do? Should I go and correct my paper now? If it was here in Europe, I can assure you, just on this point, a government can fall down. Just on this point, because the citizens are going to accuse the ruling government to say, you told the citizens lies. But I don't want to say that President Hakainde Hichilema is a liar. I don't want to say that President Hakainde Hichilema is a liar, but you know, social media, social networks, social media, what is so beautiful about this social media, it keeps the records.
My brother, he is a liar. He's a liar. If you cannot say it, me, I'm going to say it. You know, he lies in the morning, he lies at lunchtime, and he lies in the evening. Thank you.
So now, our sister says he is lying. Our sister says he's lying. And me, I'm saying, okay, this is my point now to the Zambian people and to the UPND especially. UPND, I voted for the change. I am not ashamed of what we did. But I did not vote for telling lies. No.
Exactly.
I voted for the change, but not for telling lies. Because we didn't like people who are telling lies. They are telling lies to the Zambians that more money in the pockets, the Zambian people, you have money. Instead, some of the few people had money. They built mansions and other things. Well, now, if our president Hakainde Hichilema now comes back and say, yes, well, sorry, the problem of load shedding was because the Kariba Dam has only one machine. I think I'm not sick of my my memory. If I am remembering very well, he said there was a problem of one machine, and he said,
and that is a lie, my brother. That
we
is
are
also
going to buy the second, we are going to buy the second machine, and when we buy the second machine, he was saying this, if you remember, it was an interaction between our president and the two journalists at his residence. Via UPND, remember this time. Our president was in his residence when he gave hospitality to two journalists. One was a male journalist, another one was a female journalist. And they were asking the president, are you going to finish the load shedding? And he answered, yes, it's just a question of another machine. We buy the machine, we finish everything. And he said, we have bought the machine. So, my dear journalists, load shedding is a past. And this is how we told you that we are systematic in doing things. So no.
So my brother, so now I am vindicated? Am I vindicated now?
And you know what, even that statement, my brother, is a lie, because in Zambia we have like 5 power plants. And I got intel from a Zesco employee who said the Zambia demand for electricity can be met by 4 other plants without Kariba. We don't even need Kariba. Mamona.
Yes. So now
And they are only
there
supplying
is
40%
there is
of
somebody who
Zambians. Only 40%
there
of Zambians receiving the power.
is somebody who has said that it was Hot FM. The journalists, they were coming from Hot FM. So now this is on record. On record. So for me, I think it is wrong. Well, listen. Our president said, we are now exporting electricity because we have enough.
Yes.
And the electricity was being now exported to Namibia, Angola, and South Africa, and I think in Congo as well. Now, if the level of water has gone down, Zambians, 2 possibilities. Or they stop the exportation of electricity to the neighboring countries so that that capacity can be diverted to the Zambian people, hence stopping load shedding. By UPND, I know you don't have a good spokesperson, but because Vachushika-san,
okay, my brother's network is failing. So I just want to say that, you know, this power thing, how is the levels low in a rainy season? Can someone explain to me why the water is low in the rainy season? We are in a peak raining season at the water is low. Ni mu December. Imvula ileloka every day. Do they think Zambian tabakwatamana omushe?
No, Queen Impumi, that's because of actually the climate change. You know, climate change. Like right now, we are not having as much rainfall as we used to have like 5-6 years ago. In Zambia right now, we have spent a good 10 days with no rain, you know. It only rained the day before yesterday heavily. Otherwise, the rainfall pattern has sort of changed. But all the same, you know, when you have a leader come to boast and say, we just looked at a few parameters. We bought 3 generators, and you know, we realize these measures are going to bring value, and You know, the ministers should be able to give their president good information to bring to the people at large, you know. But when you tell lies and you want people to love you because you are lying, the truth will always come out. And you see here that the truth has come out. The truth has come out. You were busy dangling 2 sachets of cooking oil and say, yo, tule chula. How? Today, you and I, Queen Impumi, you made us listen to a musical audio about some woman who said, Vale furuka na turatu inotuma sachets which he was dangling, because those are not even seen. They can't even afford them. You know, people who are in the diaspora, it is real in Zambia. We are living in Zambia. We see it every day. Don't let anyone cheat you. Abantu vale turomba fenama 20 kwacha nangu 50 kwacha kanshinga wafumafye munganda warasanga maybe abantu 10 mayonga fuyeniko na 10 kwacha or 20 kwacha. It's real, Queen Impumi. It's not a joke.
Yes.
You know?
And I just want to read the definition of a lie according to Wikipedia. The definition of a lie. A lie, intentionally false statement to a person or a group made by another person. Definition number 2. A lie is an assertion that is believed to be false, typically used with the purpose of deceiving someone. The practice of communicating lies is called lying. A person who communicates a lie may be termed a liar. Lies may serve a variety of instrumental, interpersonal, or psychological functions for the individuals who use them.
Yeah,
That's
you're right, my dear
the
sister.
definition of a lie. So these politicians, they have Zambian politicians mostly. They are riding on lying to the people, but the thing that has come now is the social media, because news is traveling at the speed of lightning.
Yes.
Immediately something is issued, the news is all over. Yes, my brother.
Can I just finish? I finished my contribution because I'm working.
All right. Thank you
very much. Thank you very much for your patience. So I was saying, if it was in Europe, when you tell lies, you resign. It's very serious.
Yes.
Very unclear. When you lie, you resign.
Yes.
But I am not going to pretend that this can happen in Africa, because we know our African politics. We know. Everyone knows. So now, the question, but I think you know me. You know me, and I am not part of the praise singers. When something is wrong, I call a spade, because I cannot call a spade a bird. I call a spade. So when things were bad with PF, we spoke and we underlined the bad things. When we speak, get something from us. If you want, you are not blind. You can get something from us, because do you know why? Because I put my face, this face, I put it on social media for you. If you are there, remember this face on social media. Mr. Chipaku, do you remember this face? I put it on social media. Now, loadshedding we are against. Colorism we are against. Stealing, theft we were against. Are these things coming back with some of the people in this New Dawn government? The people are saying, yes, these things are coming back.
Yes.
If coming back, does it mean you lied to me?
Yes.
Does that mean you lied to me?
Mm-hmm.
Who supported you?
Yes.
Me, I have no haste. I have no hurry to judge you. I'll give you some time, but then I'll come back. I'll come back with the paper that I'm taking. I will come back with the same paper, and we will continue taking. So now, what I'm going to say is this: to the UPND government, to the president, even to the president himself. I know he has his spokesperson who remains in Zambia when the president goes out of the country. Now, the spokesperson is listening to, what is the name of the spokesperson?
Anthony Wadia.
Anthony Wadia, you are listening. You are listening because you are in Zambia. You are listening. Now, Anthony Wadia, you have introduced in this government a ministry which is called Green Economy. Am I wrong? Green Economy.
Correct. You are right.
Now that ministry, my dear sisters, is against charcoal burning. That ministry is against charcoal burning, which means now, when you switch off electricity for 6 hours, are you indirectly telling the Zambian people to go and buy charcoal? This is very serious question. Because in that 6 hours, the people want to eat. The people want to cook. Are the people going now to buy charcoal hence cutting the trees, which is against the green economy. Are you going to be part of that? Which is a scandal as well. So please, please, please think about it. Think about it. And nobody would say that because we send the diaspora, then we cannot talk. We send the diaspora, but we have a lot of people that we help in Zambia. We help a lot of people. So please, please, the UPND, think about it. Don't go against your promises. Don't go against your promises. Thank you very much. I hope I'm not making many confusions. I hope I've
Thanks,
got.
You brought up an excellent point. Kudos to you, because this government came on promises on a new dawn. We are going to do different things. We are going to promote clean energy, green energy, which is a global phenomenon. You know.
Yes, and they went to Egypt. They went to Egypt for the. It was called 30 something like that. P30. I don't know what it was called. And that conference was against the cutting of trees. And one of the countries which is West in the cutting, the deforestation, is Zambia.
Yes.
Mr. Minister, remember this. Zambia is one of the West countries who are causing deforestation in Africa. When you switch off electricity for 6 hours, you are telling the Zambian people to go and buy charcoal. Hence, the charcoal burners to go and cut trees. Gentlemen, please, please reflect on this. It's serious. We don't want just to be start clapping. I have come out, I've stayed in Europe for many years. Let me tell you, I've stayed in Europe for 25 years. You can't tease me. Our politics, just like Bowman Lusambo could not cheat me, even today, somebody cannot cheat me. We are doing this because we love our country. We don't hate our country. If we hated Zambia, we were going to keep quiet. If we hated Zambia, we love Zambia. So allow the people to speak. The president was very good in negotiating and in talking on social media. He will come straight. There was a problem, you come on social media and he will interact with us. Now he is silent. Chushika Sanda is silent. Who is going to speak? Who do we speak
They
with?
have all been silenced. They have all been silenced.
Because they have no defense for their actions. They know they are doing the wrong thing. They have nothing to say. Now, let me comment on these people who are saying, diaspora, be quiet. Now, Zambia is best friends with USA. I can say this. Zambia is best friends with USA. Why am I saying this? Let an American be stranded anywhere in the world. You will see how the American government will come for that person. There is one girl who did a crime, Katusho Kuma Russia. The Americans negotiated the release of that American national. They swapped prisoners. So my point is, we as Zambian, despite where we live, Americans look out for each other. It doesn't matter where an American is in the world, he is American. The American government will actually pay people to live in other parts of the world. They actually tell Americans, if you go to any part of the world, register with the embassy, so that if you have a problem, we'll come and help you. So if friendship will in America, it is a big hole. They are just digging themselves in the big hole. Because if we start reporting some of these crimes this government is doing to its own people, meanwhile coming to America and looking like saints or angels, that will be the end of them. Because Americans don't allow a woman to be disrespected.
You will be picked up. And the crime is the state versus the person. Complainant Muriash. They remove the victim from the case. The case becomes between the person and the defendant. They don't play Kunokuma human rights because they know there are dictators out there. And now, finally, Mama Nick, before I give you the floor, I want to talk of people in diaspora. You people in diaspora, if you have a good life and you don't have what it takes to speak for Zambians, just be quiet and enjoy your good fortune wherever you are. Don't start coming here and mocking us, who are trying to fight for our relatives and families there, who we are supporting. I support people I don't even know because they tell me a story, I fail to sleep. I share the little I have with them. Now, you people in diaspora, you are benefiting from the sweat of others. Diaspora was built by freedom fighters and the economic freedom fighters. What we are enjoying here in America, people sacrificed. People fought for equality in America. People fought for a minimum wage, which we are enjoying here. Why can't we fight for Zambians to have a minimum wage? What is a shame is for a man who has a PhD and employed in an African country coming to fight me for talking for a poor Zambian. I say shame on you.
Tell that man who is a heart specialist to stop making noise and come here at the heart hospital. They are in need of a lot of doctors.
Let them go to UTH, government hospitals, and render their services. They're making fool of us, mocking us who are nothing, who are doing survival jobs here. It's nonsense. It's a shame on you. If you are in diaspora, you're privileged, just fold your tail, enjoy your wealth. Don't come start preaching patience when people are dying every day. You can't even have an initiative to fundraise for Panado, to help doctors in UTH or Levi Manawasa or whatever. It's some nonsense.
And he thinks he can train us on how politicians work. Shame on that man.
It's not even about politicians, it's about humanity. Ubuntu. The United Nations order is to call anyone. The United Nations, the UN has called every human being to the order of protecting each other. There is enough for everybody if we all come together. Let's protect the vulnerable. Are we bewitched? Queen
Mpumi, I just want to say, Queen Mpumi, I want to add, you know, now that there is climate change and there is global warming, you know, this climate change, one day, even Africa...
Listen, you guys, this is a friend of mine. We come from the same town. We are staying in the same place. He's in the United States. I'm here. And we played football together with this chap here.
How are you, Mr. Oscar?
Oh, wonderful.
Welcome.
Let me just greet you because I go, thank you very much. Or I can conclude just to say this. Please, an appeal to the UPND to save our president's face, because when you don't tell the truth, you feel ashamed.
When you lie.
Now, when you lie, says when you lie. When you lie, yes.
Don Oscar, Mr. Don Oscar, Mr. Don Oscar.
Yes.
Oscar, I urge you to hit the nail on the head.
Okay,
please.
When you lie, you feel a bit ashamed. And when you are a leader, you lie, you ask sorry. You say sorry to the people. So this is my last word now before I can switch off. Our president promised the Zambian people load shedding was a past. Ministers, whoever in the UPND, you don't like this, you don't, but it's a promise. A promise is a promise. Now, our president told us load shedding was a past. And now load shedding on 15th is coming back. I hope our president, when he comes back from the United States, apart from speaking of whatever contracts with the United States he did, first of all, let him put the Zambians first. And if our president respects the 2.8 who voted for him, amongst the 2.8 I was there, let the president say, I am sorry to the Zambian people. That's the only thing I leave you with that. Let the president say, I am sorry. Otherwise, it might be worse with what Edgar Lungu ended up with. Because we are now, I think the Zambian people now are now matured. We cannot be taken like Uganda, where Museveni can do anything with these people. Zambia is a democratic, and we exercise our democracy. Thank you very much, sisters and brother, and good evening, everyone. Let me go and finish my work. Thank you very much.
Thank you. We are honored. Great contribution. Thank you so much. My brother, the floor is yours.
Thank you. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Okay. Thank you for adding me. Well, I just want to talk about one or two things.
You are a bit
about the
low. You are a bit low. Better now.
Can you hear me now?
Better.
Okay. Yes, thank you for adding me on this live broadcast. And I just want to contribute one or two things regarding the load shedding that has just come back after the UPND ran on the campaign. And one of the things that they talked about was ending load shedding. You know, it's very sad that now we can call them like they were lying to the people of Zambia. You know, this is the government that everybody voted for and everybody was confident about. And we thought this type of things like load shedding and, you know, corruption, which is still there today, is still in the new Dawn government, you know. And Zambian people expected all these things to be the past, be something that we don't have to think about, especially load shedding. You know, like one thing that they have to think about, the Zambian economy mostly depends on small scale businesses. Small scale businesses that consists of, you know, barber shops, saloons, welders. A lot of people use electricity for their businesses. Now, if we can have load shedding for 6 hours, that means we just, how are we gonna grow the economy? People cannot run businesses if we're gonna have 6 hours of load shedding, you know. So this is something that they have to really give a big thought about. You know, it's the government promised a lot of people to kind of come and change the game, basically. They said we're going to change the game, and that's what people expected.
The narrative, you know, methodical approach. We are changing the narrative methodically, and what is that?
You know,
the sweet talk.
And now it's been what, a year, maybe a year and a half,
2
and
years.
Like 2 years now. It's like we're running on the same thing that we came from.
Yeah.
You know, so it's really sad. And one thing they have to realize is that they only got, I don't know, 3.5 years to go. You know, and if they can't convince people that they're going to change anything, because so far it's not looking good for them.
No.
You know, and they have to step up their game. They have to step up their game, and you know, at least things have to change. Of course, the employment that they promised, we're going to create employment. It's not there still. People are still don't have no jobs. So there's a lot of things are not going well when it comes to the UPND government. So they have to step up their game, and people are watching. People are watching. We don't want to keep going with the same flow that we went. People went through a lot, and they expected the new dawn to come and change the game. And this, it's like we're still going through the same thing. So I'm just appealing to the government to kind of step up their game and, create opportunities and look after this load shedding. This load shedding thing, it's a big deal. This is something that people thought it's a thing of the past. And now it's coming, and it's coming, 6 hours, it's a lot of time to lose power. And like I said, a lot of people, use power to run their businesses. They use electricity to run their businesses. And I don't know. They have to come up with another plan, So thank you so much. I have to go. I'm still working.
Yes.
Thanks for.
I have to go to
giving
work
me this
too. We
opportunity.
appreciate, you know what? There's power in unity. The more of us that come here and talk, you see how they're attacking me to say I want a job. Like, really, you don't even know me. You do not know me. Like, do you even know me?
Right. One thing that I have to appreciate is you're doing a good job, bringing up this program so that people can come and voice out, their opinions. So
like Grandpa Baba Don Oscar said, we don't have a credible opposition. You think if we had a credible opposition, I'll be here?
No.
Because if we don't talk about PF, will be here and they will come and start again.
Oh, definitely.
Right now, with me and a few other people are the reason why PF are not coming back. And that's why people are misunderstanding to say, ni PF na bamutuma. I am not PF. I can never be PF.
No. If anything, most of us, we Nani partisans, and we just want our country to develop.
To move forward.
Yes.
Thank you so much. I agree with you. I think UPND still have time to change the narrative. Let them do something.
Yes.
They have 5 years. Let them do something. Otherwise, we'll be here, we'll be talking. Nangu mututuke mutweba tuwalefu ayenchito. Narikwa tenchito kunokwina yombomba nangu nikoropa.com, whatever. Ndafola. I have money. It's coming in my bank.
Right.
I don't need to beg from anyone. I'm supporting families through my job in hustler.com. Please, excuse you.
We have to talk because we still got family back home. And we
with
Zambians at the end of the day.
It's our birthright.
Exactly. At the end of the day, with Zambians, that's our country.
Exactly.
We have to care about our country.
Yes. Thank you so much. And Nick, the floor is yours. We'll be closing shortly.
Yeah. I was just reading so many comments as the gentleman was speaking. I came across a comment from Marjorie Chileshe Mavuna. She's talking about being in South Africa and being told that, now our electricity will improve because we are now going to import electricity from Zambia. And she was like, wow, my country is able to export electricity. That's really nice. Little did the lady know that the electricity that will be exported to South Africa will be to the detriment of the actual Zambians.
Exactly.
And then Irene Chopper has said cadarism still exists. So tuilaivepa, cadarism exists in bus stops. And now, Queen Impumi, the cadarism that is there, the cadres are in suits. And they terrorize. Yes, it's not those hooligan cadarisms that we were seeing in PF. These ones are educated in suits, but they are cadres. They are professional cadres. They actually
was terrorizing Silavwe at the police station. Yes.
They actually silence you. They've got all the contacts at the police station. They tell the police that person coming, their case should not go forward. So that is equally cadreism. Cadreism hasn't stopped. And if our president is listening, he should know that there are cadres in UPND like nobody's business. Cynthia Lawrence said, Madam Matipa, you've talked about climate change. There was need to plan. Indeed, Cynthia, I agree with you. There was need to plan, even with all the other previous governments. But then again, most of these politicians are liars. Probably even me one day when I become a politician, you know, it's like it's hereditary. Maybe I'll also become a liar, you know. So, you know, when they become politicians, they lose their values, you know, they just become liars and they just go with the flow. Queen Mpumi and I, we receive so many messages of how people are being abused in offices. In offices, it's nasty out there. Kanshinga walanda kofie, you have to think twice before you talk. You will be kicked out of the country. And then I want to say, you know, Africa is evolving. Climate change is equally evolving. One day, you people, don't be surprised if you hear that there is snow in Zambia. At the rate climate change is going on. So the day there will be snow in Zambia, I shudder to think, because then millions of Africans will die. Because we do not have any provisions to withstand the snow. If we are suffering load shedding now, and tomorrow climate change, you know, God forbid, hits Zambia or other African countries so badly and snow drops, what is going to happen? And then you are talking about not cutting trees. So where do you want people to prepare their meals? You know, it's very, very difficult. Yes, there was need for planning by so many countries. Chanda Sylvester has talked about lack of communication in this new Dawn government. I totally agree with him. You know, their communication fora is so confused. This one talks, you find Cornelius Muitwa talks. He says he's the head also of communication. You find Chushika Sanda also blabbers this way. You know, you find Anthony Wadia also blabbering this way. So we don't really know where the communication center is and who is supposed to communicate to the Zambian people. It's just chipante-pante, so to say. So Chanda Sylvester, I totally agree with you. Another thing is, please, people who follow our page, don't ever think that everyone who criticizes the government is a PF. Please. To me, I find that as a very big insult. You know, Zambia's population is 18 million. You add yourself 2.8 million and 1.8 million. What does that give you? That gives you 4.6 million people voted. What about the rest from 18 million? What about the rest? Where did they take out?
It's not even 50%. It's not even 50% of the population who voted. Very few people.
And then also, even if somebody was a PF, somebody was Edith Nawakwi's party, somebody was Hari Kalaba, Chishala Kateka, Savoy Imboela, somebody was, you know, there were so many parties. Mumba, Nevers Mumba. So what? We are all Zambians. We all have a right to vote. So does it mean because you did not vote for UPND, you must shut up, or you must not give any checks and balances? No, people. Let's not be petty in our thinking. Come here with constructive criticism, and not criticism that you just shoot from your foot or shoot from whatever.
Yeah, the
Thank you, Queen.
politics of the belly. Turiemo. So I think we'll be closing, guys. But before I close, I want to make a statement and I'll let my son come in. So for me, this whole Zesco thing, I think the Zesco board should be disbanded. Zesco board should be disbanded for exporting power at the expense of Zambians.
Okay.
We need a clean up Zesco. And I'll start a campaign. I think for tomorrow, every day,
Yes,
we'll
I'm
be
coming,
talking
I'm
about
coming.
Zesco must
Give me
be
a minute.
disbanded. They have failed the Zambians. Zesco has to be disbanded. The director of Zesco is hiring people, directors. I'm told the Zesco director hired 18 directors with the hefty pay. But Bruno Bakwe, he handpicked people, no pay salaries, and subjecting to all other Zesco employees to inhumane working conditions. Zesco needs to be disbanded. They need to stop exporting power until we investigate what is really happening at Zesco. They said that they fired the two engineers at Zesco who knew what they were doing in the distribution and load shedding of power in Zambia. They were fired because they belong to a certain tribe. We are saying, directors of Zesco, do not plunge this country into chaos. Regionalism, stop it. Don't do the same thing we voted PF out. I've listened to some audios. Because these audios, they are attacking certain people from a certain tribe. Because of what is happening at Zesco. Because the president appointed this man who is now behaving like a slave driver to Zesco. Zesco is a key company. It's a main player in the economy of Zambia. So we have to make sure we guard operations at Zesco. What is it? We guard the operations to make sure that there's transparency, accountability, and there's no misuse of resources. Whatever money they are receiving from South Africa, Tanzania, where is it going? Where is the money going they are receiving from these exports when they have increased the tariffs by 500%? It's nonsense. Government after government, you are subjecting our people to poverty. No. Me, my campaign now is disband Zesco and fire the director of Zesco. My son, you can go ahead. We'll be closing soon.
Thank you so much for the floor. I'll start with people who are coming to your inbox, Mr. Threaten, so that you stop what you are doing. Those people, they are just losers. That's what I can say. Because they are not coming now to be Zambians. Because everywhere Zambians who come Zambia, you can come out and say, what you are Zambians. So when somebody comes on your platform to say you're not doing the right thing by talking on behalf of Zambians who are struggling, then I don't know if that person can call himself or her to call a Zambian. Because we all know what's going on. What we can do is just to come up together and, find a solution how things can be done. And as my mother said that they still have chance, they still have 3 years to go. They can change the table if they go back in, if they go back to the drawing board to see where the mistakes they are making. But if they just we are all Zambians and we love to see a better Zambia tomorrow. Because we have kids. Kids, they have
Imagine.
Like my son, Zambia.
Imagine.
Number one, sorry, I have to go. I have a kid crying.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. God bless. Yeah.
Queen Mpumi, just in our closing, I was reading Felicity Penza's comment. She says, the president has stopped ministers to talk about cadres. A minister was called to State House and warned that they should not interfere with cadres anymore. Dictatorship. Yes, and this is now dictatorship, and I'm glad that this happened, so they know now that ukuteke chalo no kuba mu opposition fyali pusana. You can stand there and talk neminwe muma pocket mu parliament and they talked about Forest 27. When we come into government, ija what the first week of us in office, ija Forest 27 titenga. Now we are doing 2 years. Muzaitengariti. You know, and that's why I'm saying it's different when you're governing and different when you're in a position. Okay, Olomuzaitenga, it's not that I support Forest 27. There are procedures of taking something. It's not just you come into government the first week, you do, you know, this and that. No. And my son there says UPND has 3 years to go. No, they don't have 3 years to go. They only have 2 years to go. The last year is for campaigns. Remember that. The last year is usually used for campaigns. And in that 1 year, it's very difficult for you to execute so many projects. Finally, Queen Mpumi, Nelly Muti. Nelly Muti, I did some, anyway, I will inform I will inform the viewers next time when I get all the facts correctly. We'll come on another platform and address that issue. Queen Mpumi, I think we've done our promised time of 1 and we've actually gone 2 hours on this program. So we hope next time we will again bring a good, interesting topic. Maybe I can tell the people, I won't mention the name, that next week we'll also be joined by some interesting people on this program.
Yes.
We'll have a special guest on this program. So please, on Monday, tune in, call your friends, because we will have a very interesting person on this program who you will all be eager to listen to.
Yeah.
You know, because we are all wondering why this person, you know, has so many issues. But next week you'll have an opportunity to actually fire your questions. So Queen Mpumi, as always, thank you very much, and God bless.
My sister, 2 things. I'm reading 2 comments before we go. One comment from Judith to say, who allowed Zesco to export power? So this is the national thing. They are supposed to have a town hall meeting, call all Zambians. This is our plan. We are expecting to export so much power to this country. And if we export so much power, this is the income. All those details, we don't know them. We don't know the details of how much revenue they are getting from that export of the power. It is all shady. They are treating this government like a private business.
Even just ERB is there to tell the nation that now Zesco is operating at this capacity, and so they will be exporting some megawatts to our neighboring countries. Why? Because usually when Zesco is increasing tariffs, the ERB calls the members of the public, you know, to debate that issue, for those who are against and those who are for it. And so even on load shedding, I feel they should also have engaged the public in this.
This is the thing, they are taking Zambians for granted. And then another person says there that he's also being threatened for commenting on Tayali. Zambians, don't stop commenting. Do not stop commenting. Human rights number 19, everyone has a right of freedom of opinion and expression. This right includes freedom to hold opinions without interference and to seek, receive, and impart information and ideas through any media, regardless of frontiers. Frontier meaning your location. Zambia, stop. Continue talking for your country. Zambians. And if we find that the Zambia police is compromised, let us go and report these crimes internationally. We have Interpol. We have International Criminal Court. Zambia is not alone. Everything is simple. You can report someone online. Go to the Interpol website, the International Criminal Court website. Information is there. You can report anyone. The next thing, these people who are committing these crimes, Interpol will be on their door. There is a lady kuno America. She took 2 kids, right, from America, and she took a plane to Zambia. You know what? Ale Mukoluchelo Interpol was on a door. Babu flash left your magad. Twice I'm send a man. And then it was reality to me to say, these organizations work. You just have to know where to go when to seek help. And this is part of this platform. If you are being intimidated by any politician, go online. Now everything is electronic. And it's in real time. Let us not succumb to threats of our politicians. And let us die for something. We are going to die anyway, so we might as well die to try and save our country. We all can't be running out to Kuma diaspora. Kuma diaspora, people died to build this America, to build Europe. People died for those freedoms which the people have. People fought for them. They stood for something. And it's about time, Zambians, you stand for economic freedom of your country. Zambia is a rich country. We have more money than people, but only a few people are enjoying the wealth. No, let us all enjoy Zambian wealth by opening our minds and our eyes and our thought process, increasing our knowledge base, standing for something, condemning a wrong.
Yeah.
So
indeed condemning a wrong, and giving valuable checks and balances without abusing the head of state. Yes. We have never insulted the head of state here. We have never abused him, you know. We just continue drumming on the wrongs that are happening in this country, you know.
Right.
And hoping somebody somewhere
get away with it, you know.
Yeah, and hoping somebody somewhere out there will hear one day, and it will get to the head, and things will change. Remember, we are here to talk for the majority of Zambians. You know, not everybody can pluck up the courage and speak, you know, and there are people who just suffer silently. So it is you and us who are there to speak for the voiceless, you know. So let us unite in giving credible checks and balances. Yes. Thank you very much.
Thank you. And Felicity Penza says Zambia is a signatory to many international organizations, including the Human Rights Declaration for Human Rights. That's why I speak here. I'm fully protected. All you Zambians, you are protected because Zambia is a signatory. So some of these people, they are very naive. They don't know. They don't know these things. So, and then we are going to start tagging international organizations. For me, come 2023, if things don't start changing, I'll just be tagging. Ngana panga video, I tag the UN Human Rights Commission. They'll start seeing these things. I'll tag Joe Biden. I'll tag the Democratic Party. I can tag Kamala Harris. Because these are the people who are they are good people. Meanwhile, their country is falling in shambles.
Maybe it's because they equally have a good deal with Zambia.
No. But you know what? They respect human rights. But if you are oppressed, you know what happens? It's like in a marriage. If you are in an abusive marriage, if you're comfortable with it, people will let you be. So if we Zambians are comfortable, in our children sleeping on the street, no other country will come and talk for us.
Yeah. That's
We
true.
Zambians have to say, we don't want children on the street. And we continue hammering on that, somebody will listen. But if we Zambians are okay with children sleeping on the street, an American won't come and question us because maybe it's our culture, maybe it's normal. We have accepted it. So I end here, guys. We'll see you tomorrow. And
thank you, Queenie. Thank you, Queenie Mpumi.
thank you, my dear. Thank you, Queen Anik.
Before you close, for the sake of your viewers, tomorrow, unfortunately, I will not be with you, but I wish you all the best. I always have another program to attend outside my home on Fridays, but all the same, I'm with you in spirit.
Thank you so
Thank you,
much.
Queen Mpumi.
Yeah, God bless you.